Hey guys, I wanted to do a quick tutorial on half locust. It is one of those more challenging poses in class and thought it would be easier to break it down for you in a tutorial style. So to begin, come on your belly, laying face down, and bring your arms by your side into airplane. So if you want to begin by straightening the elbow and start to lift your hips as you work your arms underneath of your body. So you're doing this to get your fingertips, your forearms as close together as you can, spreading your fingers wide. And if you can see, kind of my fingertips are touching, my elbows are straight, palm facing down on the mat. All right, so that's what's happening under my body right now. And I'm kind of wiggling to work that closer together. If you can't get your elbows together or elbows straight, bring them to the outside. That's where you need to work, is getting those elbows straight before bringing them underneath. You don't want bent elbows under your body. All right, so if you got your arms straight, fingers are close together, fingers spreading wide. Usually I'll start with a warm up. So I'll ask to extend the neck long. The reason behind extending the neck is just to get a nice stretch to the neck. We're typically in this flex position all day, so giving your neck a chance to extend is really the only reason I do that. And then to start with a warm-up, typically I'll say relax one side and engage the other. So in this case, I'll relax the left side and engage through the right. So right away you see my right leg, kneecap lifted, thighs really engaged. And then I'll use the strength of my hand, the forearm, to lift that leg, glutes engaged. And the trick here to relax through the left side is really pressing down through the hip points to give you that relaxed on the left, engagement on the right. And then lower, you would switch sides, relax through the right, engage through the left, lift just a couple of inches using the strength of your forearm, and then release. All right, and then for the full expression, neck is neutral, so you're kissing your mat. If you want to use a little wiggle side to side to get your arms closer together, the closer you can get your forearms on the mat, the more of a lever you're going to have, or leverage to help lift. All right, and so start to engage the cobra tail, so really starting to engage through the length and the lift of the kneecaps, quads, everything is fired up, and I'm starting to even press my fingers into the mat, forearms into the mat. And one other thing I do is usually start to roll over my shoulders just a little, just to kind of create some space, just kind of press forward. And then using your breath, so on an inhale, start to lift your feet as one, so working those feet as close together as you can. Sometimes it takes a little momentum to get them higher. And then as you get even higher, you can roll a little bit more forward onto the shoulders, really using the strength of the forearms. Make sure you're breathing, and lifting. And then the hardest thing, I think, is really coming out of the pose, seeing how slowly you can use the strength, not collapse out of it, but transition with strength. A lot of times what happens, one, it's hard to just get past this first part, so maybe thinking about using a little momentum just to get past that initial inertia. And then what else? Sometimes you start to see your feet splay wide. I don't know if you can see that here, but see if you can keep your legs as straight as possible and working the thighs as close together as you can. And I think with that, those are all the tips that I have. I do know it requires a lot of upper body strength, a lot of forearm strength. A lot of times it seems like it's easier for men just because they tend to have more of that upper body forearm strength, but not something that you cannot work for. Everybody, it's accessible with practice. Like everything, yoga is a practice. All right, let me know if you have any questions. Namaste.